Hey, what's up everybody? Before I show this to you guys, obviously I can't go back in time and show you what it looked like when I got it. I've just been working on it all day, and then I figured that I'd show you guys a video of how it turned out so far. I just got a little bit of touch up to do on this, just basically on the wings. Everything else, wow. Very impressed with how the peroxide did. I used two different types and it was easy. None of this mixing up all this different shit and doing the UV lights and all that crap. Unless you have to do it indoors, then yeah, you'll have to set up some kind of a UV light system, lamp or whatever, and shine it onto whatever you have everything in. They say put it in some kind of a clear container so you can shine light into it, which I just use a mason jar for the small parts, and then I just had some trays which I just covered the top in saran wrap for all the big stuff. And on what I used, definitely half and half. Half just regular old liquid peroxide that you use for cuts, the other half, which is basically the main body, I used the type of peroxide you get at a salon, which is the cream type. And I was going on what a guy showed in his video on what type he used. They didn't have that, but this is basically the same stuff and it works just as good. And on how long it took, I didn't have to leave it in all day, man. But then I'm in Arizona, so plenty of sunshine here, sunny day out, hot, so I had the sunshine and the heat and everything going for me. And the days when I finished up on it, doing all the major stuff. Yesterday I just tried regular old peroxide, man, and I got results within about 2 hours. Just very impressed. And on the pics that Mike posted on eBay showing this before I bought it, big freaking difference. Not only did it take out pretty much all of the yellowing, I just got a little bit on the wings because I ran out of peroxide. So I'm either going to just soak them in regular peroxide, or I'll give this stuff a try again on what I got at the salon. Otherwise, just little spots here and there that it missed. Otherwise, the main body is just wow. Just hang up your freaking disco ball, man, because it took it back to a much more horrible time. Disco's dead! Otherwise, just wow. I wanted to really show you guys the thing before I put on any stickers, just to show what all it does, man. It didn't just take off the yellowing on the plastic. There were some glue stains too, and pretty much all gone. That's one problem with these old toys, is the type of glue they'd use. Sometimes it'd leak out, and it'd be clear when they put it on, and then later on it'd start to yellow, so you'll have this weird stain. Just totally took it off, man. Just mind blown. And you had $100 on this, like 99 something, and it was more than just needing to be whitened up again. The battery compartment was pretty nasty, so I'll show that on what I've done so far. I do plan on polishing it up, but what I did so far was real easy, and it worked better than I thought it would. It's kind of like when you get an old battery that's leaked, they get everything so freaking nasty until you start cleaning it. You really don't know how bad the damage is going to be, unless it's just flat out obvious to where you can see it corroded into the metal. This was pretty much all surface, so I got lucky. And also, I got all the electronics working after that. Everything is working. So this thing is going to look fucking awesome when I'm finished with it. I'm very happy. So anyways, what I used here, say on a regular peroxide, it's the usual 3% peroxide. Get as big a bottle as you can, because you're going to need a lot of it. It took, I'm going to say, your usual bottle about this tall, maybe about 1.5, a little less maybe, and then had a mason jar about that big around, and about this tall. Almost filled up all the way, so I can just drop the pieces inside and let them float or sink or whatever. And then I just checked it every 30 minutes. And on that, it was pretty much the two buttons that you press to eject the wings, the battery cover, and then all the little plastic parts inside that have to do with the mechanism to eject the wings. Say, man, about 2 hours, totally turned them white, man. Took out all the yellowing to where they just looked practically brand new. The only thing that was left was just some rust stains on the inside of the cylinder parts that the springs fit into, as the springs were rusted up a little, which on those just soaked them in WD-40 to get as much rust off as possible, but they're still good. Otherwise, on the main body, let's see, this is Salon Care Professional 40 Volume Cream Stabilized Formula. Just 40 volume cream developer. And it's 4 fluid ounces. I still got a bunch left over. It worked so goddamn good, I'm going to pick up a little bit larger bottle of this stuff just to have it on hand in case there's something else that I want to whiten. Now on game systems and stuff that aren't originally bone white, other than maybe like a Sega Dreamcast, I don't know on this. That's the whole thing with the whole retro brighting thing when it comes to game systems. A lot of times, yeah, it'll make it look better, but not original. Which sometimes close enough. Because I've gotten some like Super Nintendos that look frickin' nasty, depending on how bad it yellowed from the fire retardant, to where they damn near turn just baby shit brown. And then yeah, definitely see if you can get it to go back. Which on this stuff I don't know. On the whole retro bright thing, that's a whole different thing where you're mixing up more chemicals. So this is more just to turn the plastic white again. Otherwise, so it looks like the other stuff was also 40 volume, just a different brand. I definitely recommend anything that's 40 volume, as long as it's the same kind of stuff that's just peroxide cream for basically bleaching your hair before you have it dyed or whatever, I guess. It's got a temporary just sticker on here. I'll include the link for the website that I found for printing out the stickers. This is just a piece of just regular old paper that I just put on here just to see how they fit, and they're cut perfect or sized perfect or whatever, so no problem on that. Otherwise, still got some glue residue, which I'm just gonna smear some Goo Gone on it. That is one thing, the not really the cream stuff, but just regular peroxide. So I say I want to soak these wings again because it got some of that glue to where I could just peel it off. It got it all rubbery, so I could just peel it off, which was nice. The other one looks way better, other than just one area. Like I say, ran out. One wing. See all the glue residue there that I'm gradually peeling off. There's one stain here that's like just a ring stain of something. That was the worst spot. Otherwise, it was mainly on all the little ridges and stuff, every place where there wasn't a sticker. So I don't know how that little stain got on there. I'm thinking this thing got rained on once, and that might have been what got everything corroded. Like maybe it had batteries in it and it got wet, because just the springs, like I say, were a little rusty and whatnot. So some of this could be from it getting wet, or just sitting on a shelf in the sunlight to where the plastic started changing. Hence, if you're going to do this, having a place that's not by a window, so you got constant light shining on it, or it may try to start yellowing again, which does take a bit of time, but I could see that happening otherwise. See that little round area there? I could care less. It's going to be covered with a sticker anyways. Otherwise, pretty much turn everything white. Is the piece sticking out there. That's what's weird. Those two pieces for the wings and the battery cover and then the top patch here were already still bone white, like they used a different type of plastic that didn't have the fire retardant. It was everything else that was yellowed, so it just really made it look weird. It's just holy freaking crap, man. So much better. You can see there, everything matches up now on the color pretty much. Man, especially all this area, that's the part I'm talking about where the glue was. That is a separate piece that's glued in that holds your red LED light. Anyways, the glue had obviously leaked out, so it was like all darker yellow around there, like just a blob of it around it, and then the cracks there around the edging was just all nasty yellow from the glue. It took care of all of that. Didn't free it up or anything. It didn't eat away all the glue that's holding it in place, as it's solid. I'd probably have to break that free, which I didn't plan on doing because it's really in there. And I did not want to use anything to wedge that off and put any chips in it or scratches or whatever. Otherwise, yeah, everything there. Just all white again. Show you a difference here. Battery compartment is I just took this all apart and just smeared it on the top and bottom. I didn't do anything on the inside. So the inside is still yellowed because it's on the inside. So who cares? Otherwise, the battery compartment, which I'm gradually cleaning up, it's pretty nasty, but not horrible. Show you here. They did this weird on how the batteries go into. I agree with everybody that brings it up, man. It doesn't make sense that they got two springs on one end and then the usual flat areas on the other end, to where usually it's reversed, as you got one battery facing one direction and one facing the other, which is how the batteries go in on this. But when you look at the springs, you're thinking both batteries face the same direction. As you can see in there, see how it's all yellowed, nasty, which some of that's just from rust and whatnot, which rust will yellow the plastic too. So I didn't put any in there, so that's kind of what the outside looked like, just not rust type yellowing, just the plastic wanted to yellow from sunlight or whatever. Then I did take out the springs, which are easy enough to take out. It's just one piece, and they are not steel, they're copper, which is probably a good thing. They got corroded, but not horribly. So basically what I'm going to do on the inside here is the same thing I did on my tie interceptor, and use my Dremel with a polishing bit, wire brush type bit, and just get all that shined up again, which should be easy. But man, that piece there, if you look at his pictures that he posted on eBay, he is showing this opened up. That was just freaking all nasty blue-green from a battery leaking on it, and I mean that whole piece there was just coated. So anyways, what I did on that was just take it all apart, disconnect everything. All you got is just positive, connect it over there, and then to the back where your little switch would be to make it work, got your negative, so you can just pull the wires off. And then I just got a cup and filled it up with some just plain old white vinegar. I just soaked it in there for about 30 minutes, and it took all of that off. And other than it just kind of darkening up the metal, no bad corrosion or anything. So got really lucky on this one. Otherwise, yeah, the battery that aims towards the front here goes in this direction, so that is hitting the spring, which is kind of hard to get lined up. I just don't understand why they would do it that way, but whatever. Still works. Only part that's missing on this, which he may have one show up in the store, and I noticed online there's a lot of them that are missing that part. It's a little white seat back that goes in there that's got the little clippy on it so you can pull it up and down to put in your action figure. That's obviously missing, otherwise cool enough. Say, he gets in stuff all the time. I mean, I ain't gonna just say that maybe you'll have new stuff if you went in there each and every day that he's open. No, he's pretty much gonna have new stuff in outright if you went in every day that he's open. Every time I go in there, he's got boxes of stuff that people have brought in, or he's going through this, that, or the other. He was always posting new stuff on eBay, so everybody's trying to keep him in business. Man, he's gotten in a lot of freaking cool toys. Comes to action figures, oh hell yeah, just tons of action figures. Now one thing to where I don't know if I'm going to try doing anything more with it or not, because it doesn't hurt it. It gives it the aged look, even that I've whitened it. But the dome here, as you can see, it's still pretty yellowed, but it was a lot worse. It was more of just a flat out dark yellow, like it was flat out tinted. So basically the worst spot that seems to be hard to get that yellowing to go away is this ring, and it's kind of how it reflects in, because if I take this out and hold it up in front of the sun or whatever outside, that's not as yellow as it's showing, so it's kind of reflecting inward at it. Otherwise, it did remove some of it, and that was just soaking it in peroxide. So I haven't tried the Salon cream on it yet. I might see if that does anything. Close-ups. One thing I have noticed with a lot of his Star Wars stuff, unless it's like something where he got it new in the box, a lot of them that he's been getting in need to be restored, or just pieces replaced or whatever, so he's kind of leaving it up to the customers right now. As I think he's had I think this is the third one he's gotten in since I've known about his store. Yeah, you had another one that was missing a few more things, like the battery cover. And I can't remember if that's when he had stickers with or what, where he was selling it a little bit cheaper, like $75 or something. And then he had one previous to that, which was around the same condition as this one, maybe a little bit worse on the yellowing. Definitely needed some restoration. Maybe it was the stickers that were better on the wings, that they were more intact for the original stickers. Well, that's another thing. Sticker inside there is original. I was able to save that one. The ones on the wings were just crap. You'll notice that when you see the pictures. They were all bubbled up and they were crap. So, good thing that we now, pretty much everybody that's got a printer can print out good quality stickers. That's if I can find some freaking sticker paper. I have a feeling I'm going to end up just making my own stickers using just photo paper, which probably lasts longer anyways, because your photo paper is usually a heavier stock. So I might just do that and just use a glue stick or whatever, or some Elmer's or something. Something that's not going to be permanent like super glue, to where if they got wet or something happened, I could peel them off and replace them again if I wanted to. So anyways, man, another cool toy from Big Mike's toy store. Otherwise, I do have other stuff to show you guys. I just plain haven't been feeling good lately. We had our monsoons hit, and they're still hitting like every other week or whatever. We got some more coming up in the next couple of days. And for some reason, that change in the barometric and the temperature and all that crap is just hitting me harder than usual, to where I'll wake up just feeling sick. And then I end up not being able to sleep at night. So it makes me feel miserable, and it's been bringing on a lot of my chronic pain, my muscular pain, my arthritis, and all that crap. So I just plain haven't felt like doing much when it comes to sitting here and doing a video. It just kind of just takes everything out of me. So once this weather gets better, I do have some other stuff to show you guys. Couple cool things that I found at Goodwill, and some other stuff that I've been meaning to show, game pickups, whatever. On the games, I like to play them a bit first before I show them to you guys, so I can tell you what I think of them. So far, one of them so far on the days that I felt like playing a game in here. And man, it's one where you'll start playing and then realize, oh, I've been in here 2 hours or longer, because it's freaking good. Definitely worth picking up. So I'll be showing that stuff in the next video. Well, I'll catch y'all later. And don't just look at the freaking pics of this on his eBay, man. Go to his freaking eBay site, and then you can see some of the other kind of stuff that he has in the store. He's getting a bit of everything. So just definitely worth just checking out all the old retro stuff. And it's one thing I like to get from him. If I can work out a deal, he's got a freaking Big Track. If anybody remembers Milton Bradley's Big Track, that was an awesome toy. And he's got it with the dump bucket or whatever, which was a separate thing that hooks into it, so you can program the thing and then have it dump out some cat crap or something awesome like that. So definitely worth checking out his site and his storefront, which I think he has that link on eBay possibly. Later.